And this CT half, this is really where we need to see one man on devils.one have a recovery, and that is Manice, right? Over on your T side, you can rely on players like Diha, like Mouse to go into these bomb sites and create the space for you. You know, you can kind of remedy the fact that one of your guys is struggling a bit. NiP had to learn that firsthand as well, right? They had Forest and Letcrow struggling early on, but those two have since started to recover. They've started to find their footing. Same cannot be said across the pond, though, looking at Manice right now. This is just a flat eco from devils.one, focusing on getting a bye in the following round. So this should be a 9th for NiP, unless something goes disastrously wrong.
Whoa, dangerous start. Damage done by Diha, but they know where he is, and they've got the entries on A to make up for it. Forest in the connector. Diha might be able to find him here with a pistol. Close range, and in the smoke, Dennis is going to go down to the USP instead. And one casualty might be the only one, unless Diha can get something done here, but doesn't seem to be the case. Get Right's got them covered, and Forest, yeah, easy, not even close. Takes down the last man. NiP get rid of the pistols of the poles. But remember, that was a very hard eco. They weren't putting money into that. They weren't getting armor. And it does facilitate the 3rd round buy. It's been a while since I've seen a 3rd round buy, Harry, with so many forces in this group. And successful ones at that, but devils.one would rather get rifles in sooner. The issue is utility and kits. Well, there isn't much of that.
See, I really love the force buy culture that we've seen in this Group B. That was the thing that I originally would be spurred on with some of these economy changes, and combined with the fact that now shotguns are cheaper. I thought maybe we'd have seen some more of them. Now, there hasn't really been much love for shotguns, but it's coming, I'm telling you.
Yeah, getting in there early.
Someone is to be the first supporter, right? That's how I look at it. NiP going to be setting up for this B plate. And this is where Mouse and Ralin reside. There's also a fast rotation available from Taz, who is in that ladder room. Mao is able to pick up the point man. Get right gone. Mao's still here, still fighting. He loses his teammate over on short, but Manice might have just saved the day. Joining his teammate inside of the site, it's Forest and Letcrow, the two players that were struggling early on in this 1-on-3 now. 1-on-2 rather. Letcrow. I know where he is, and that's the problem. This crossfire set up between Taz and Mouse. They don't even have to move. They can just wait for Letcrow to make his play and then react to it.
Issue is, unless he flanks, he's got to make noise to get onto the site. That drop will be heard by the close positions of devils.one, but he's scared of the flank. Doesn't need to be. No one here. They're both just playing this bomb, and Mouse almost spots him there. They get closer to the car, and Letcrow looks for this pick. He might be gifted it, but timing. Looks away. Mouse is there. Shuts out the round there for devils.one, and they pick up the first rifle of the CT side. Weak economy doesn't seem to make a difference. They don't need the utility to stop that B play. That was the game plan for NiP all along. Go fast and don't let anyone stop them with Molotovs, because that 3rd round buy means you're only going to have a smoke and a flashbang at very maximum. But now after picking it up, devils.one, they're rolling in dough, Harry. And no, it's not a bakery. They've got plenty of cash. They've got the Molotovs for middle, and they might need it. Fast play for NiP, and the AWP actually finding Taz immediately.
Manice now trying to step up to the plate, does decide to duck out of the window. He gets bought low. It's Diha from a top ticket in CT that might try and secure this round for devils.one. Ralin's been boosted up here to try and peek down into the connector as well. Really is even a miracle that NiP have been able to get this far. Ooh, Letcrow spots the boost, lands the flick up onto Ralin. Now starting to flank around, has to be careful because Letcrow is homed in on the angle. And now a 3v2, the bomb might be at the feet of Diha, but Manice, he gets dropped as well. And so we've kept bigging this man up. Now a 1v3 required. We have to see exactly why that is here. The bomb's at his feet over towards CT, but NiP are swamped with time.
Ooh.
And now they know where he is. The dinner bell has been rang. Forest started a wrap round from behind. NiP just have to figure out how do they deal with this last man for devils.one.
The main issue is utility, right? They have no nades, so they're just looking to take gunfights. They also don't want to give him a 1v1 that he might win. He's very aware of a possibility of a flank, but in the meantime, Forest has grabbed the bomb, and that's perfect. He's too focused on this closer brick angle, and now the plant can come in. Lecro's got him covered. 4 kills off the AWP. No armor on Lecro, and he gets 4 shutdown kills, including the opener and the one to swing them back in from a 3-on-4.
What a recovery it's been for him. He had, heading into round 13, he had 2 kills to his name.
He went down 0-5 initially as well. He's now top of the entire team.
Yeah, he's picked it up massively. Finding 12 kills over the last 8 rounds. That's exactly what we needed to see, and it couldn't come at a more opportune time.
Pistols now for devils.one, and nothing behind it. Nothing in it. As just a deagle and a P250 for Maniz and Diha. I do have some map control. Maniz is pushed to B apartments, but you know, this is a round that you're going to gamble with that anyway. You know, go for these 4-man A stacks off the back of no info. But this only confirms their suspicions. Thing is, NiP are default right now, rather. Just trying to take mid control. With the bomb outside of apps, they can split towards whichever site they please. Get right is only holding passively towards A, so it seems like it might be this late B play unless they all filter through connector. Dennis, first entry, flicks back for 2. Just like that, this is looking to be a quick round for NiP. Little resistance facing them with these pistols.
Ooh. Nice shot. Any more in the tank? No. Dennis able to deal with it. So many players peeking Diha there. You really can't expect him to get more than 1. And just a lonely Maniz.
Bomb has been planted.
Not going to be given a chance, obviously. So 11-9. Yeah, since getting over onto this T side, NiP have picked up the pace and they've kind of bought it. You know, they've been a lot more aggressive than the likes of devils.one. You know, you think about how they were electing to play over on their T side. It was those very, very slow defaults with just sudden executions into bomb sites. NiP have been wasting no time.
No.
They've been very, very keen on just taking all the fights they can. This round we get to see a buy from devils.one and a tactical pause to support it.
And a lot more mid control for NiP, right? They've been going for these triple mids round after round. It's great for a default because you can just split bomb sites off the back of it, something that devils.one never really did. The max they would have is, you know, 1 lurk player late playing middle or early playing middle. It was a little one-dimensional, but it got them a hell of a lot of rounds, and, you know, great individuals showing through from devils.one in that first half to win them the gunfight. Now they need them more than ever. More Augs, the same buy that they won on the first rifle round of the half. Can they do it again? This time looking to take mid back from NiP. It's Taz aggressively up top. He's flashed off, but they have not checked this. They've just run right by, and Taz gets 1. Trade is there from the AWP, now in the hands of Forest rather than Lecro. And that's mid being gifted the way of the Ninjas. A 1-for-1 that devils.one may not be happy with.
I know, but at the beginning of this round, they did throw a little boost in, right? We see Mao's got put up. Oh, no, okay. I thought he got boosted into it because they triple stacked window initially, but no, he's just playing it from short. They didn't break the vent. They haven't boosted. I'm lying to you. It's a 4-on-4. There is a man up in ladder room, though. Mao's trying to keep an eye on mid. They're actually going to break the vent for him, so that allows for a bit of a quieter rotation from this man. Get right now going back to retrieve this bomb. Rallen going to peek through the Molotov and actually does catch Rez unaware. Maybe even going to try and attempt it again, and yeah, he does. Doesn't manage to get a kill on the back of it, but he does spot Forest exiting mid. This is going to be the A-site commitment from NiP, and ooh, Rallen starting to make his way down into lower tunnels. This actually leaves the rotation a pretty long way away now. Diha's got to buy some serious time from CT for these rotations to come through. Rallen has now cleared the B halls, so this is where we should start to see some of these players head on round. Diha's been tagged in through ticket.
See ya. Oh, Miles catches the kill, though the bomb will still get down on the site. Forest is trying to pick an angle, but there's 2 players peeking. Will reposition back on Tetris and get aggressive, dropping Maniz. Rowland's on the flank. Forest won't be ready for the pace, and now they're going to split up, or split two rather. Get right. Caught under the balcony. They don't have a Molotov for this position. He'll force a gunfight. He gets one, but doesn't know the Rowland's right above him. Surely not. Spots the legs. Rowland trying to fake his peak, but he will get the kill regardless. Closing it out onto Get Right and saving the day there for devils.one. The retake is on 10 rounds on the CT side, and that was a phenomenal win from devils.one, who had a pretty weak economy going into that round.
Yeah, and they did what many other more proven teams have tried and failed to do for years, you know, which is winning the I guess XV2 versus Get Right and Forest,
Yeah.
right? I mean, these two have been phenomenal in those clutch situations. They're able to replicate that with such terrifying consistency. So devils.one do a very good job of getting a leash back on them in that round. It really is the flank from Rowland that solidifies it for them. And so this is still anyone's game. Another tactical pause called on out here. Gives both these teams a bit of a chance to mull this one over. Figure out exactly how they want to approach this round. There's still no clear winner here. Yeah, so often you can kind of look at these scorelines and deep down you kind of know which team is going to win, right? You can kind of identify one as the more dominant team, or at least the team that should be taking it. And on paper, it's definitely NiP, but with how this series is shaping up, this still feels like it's anyone's game. This round, we see Diha on the AWP over Maniz. He's running that glass cannon, so that's an interesting change to keep track of. He takes it with him over towards mid. 3 players inside of the A bomb site early on for devils.one. I believe that was spawn-based. I think he's, yeah, he played down into lower tunnels. I think he tried to land the short jump and missed, and that's actually going to help devils.one here. He's now available for this rotation very, very fast, but with Mowers falling early, Taz has a lot to do, and he's just hidden in the ninja corner. Are they going to check it? Oh, they're not. They're not going to check Taz. He gets one, but Rez able to trade, and now Maniz barreling through, maybe a bit overzealous on that peak. Rowland does manage to deal with one man, but Vidita and Rowland, they will just back off and save here. NiP with the fast A execute, picking up a 12th round.
Yeah, nice try from Taz, but you can see the second he gets that kill, 2 players from NiP swing and take him down. One from backside, one from Palace. No room in that round to save it with any heroics on that A site, so NiP will convert the post plant. 12 to 10, keeping it as close as we can get. AWP is saved here for Diha. That's something. Issue is, what do you do with this money? Because you can't really buy up around this. It may be tempting to force buy around these 2 safe guns, but in terms of the money, best bet if you're playing for the long run, at least, is to eco this one out. Give NiP 13 and buy up fully in the follow-up round. Either way, neither decision is going to be an easy one. So I'll decide to put a little bit into this, but by and large, I'm just going for that long-term save. Armor on the AWP for Diha. That will limit him when it comes to the next round buy, but let's see what they can get done with this.
NiP just back to the set A smokes. They're going to try and blitz in on the back. Taz falling immediately. Does get away with some damage onto Dennis. But already for devils.one, the cogs are kind of turning here. You're already looking towards a save over on Rowland and Diha, but maybe not with Get Right falling there. Now you're definitely tempted to stick around, see if there's anything else you can find. They lose Maniz. But this A bomb site is far from under Swedish control. They are here, and they are inside of it, but that doesn't mean that devils.one are going to give it up without a fight.
Now, this AWP is still a factor. It's yet to be quelled by NiP, who will just hold on to this A site. And they're still watching that flank as well. There's nothing coming through. NiP can just wait as much time as they want. They're just hoping that someone gives a kill to Dennis here, but now with nothing coming in into the back line, it's a peek from Rowland out of nowhere. Just a ballsy one, and he gets 2 off of it. They line up for him on ramp. 2-on-2 for NiP. They don't need to commit, and they're finding out the hard way that they probably shouldn't. This AWP wreaking havoc from the spawn. Let go with the trade, but he should realize that the AWP is still here. Too late. Diha hits a shot. devils.one pick up the eco. That is unreal.
They never should have been allowed to get away with that at NiP. They know it. That one has got to hurt. And you can see the effect it's had. NiP having to get a force of their own out in this round.
B is probably how their team speak is going right now. This is not a good buy at all. You definitely want to end this in a late B play if you are NiP, but to utility for devils.one after winning a round that they really shouldn't have. Taz is even going to continue this aggression as well. This time he's not going to be met with a heavy top mid setup, and that just makes this even more dangerous. You've got the AWP supporting. There's no top mid smoke down, at least yet. But NiP looking to put some smokes into middle, maybe changing their path. Window's going to get cut off, as is Catwalk. Mini's now leaving. Taz out to dry. Flash up there. He's going to get another 1-for-1. Taz seemingly can never get more than that in middle. NiP too good with the trade. It is a gun dropped over as well, so GetRight's going to upgrade his CZ to an AK. A good 4-on-4 to be in if you are NiP. They're going to settle back on this A bomb site. AWP does sit in the spawn here for Miniz, alongside Deher as well. This is a dangerous duo to be running into if you are NiP, and they don't have a smoke for this spawn. Only one left on them, and it's in the Palace.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to point out. The one smoke they've got is on Lecro, and he is over in the Palace right now. The best kind of spot he can look to smoke is maybe cross or stairs. Here's what he's going to look to try and do now. Molly's the under Palace to help his teammates out down at the ramp. Has a flash to support them, and that'll go down at the cross to facilitate GetRight's cross.
Oh, hello.
Miniz. Tagging players up left and right. GetRight answers back with one, but Forest has immediately been dealt with, and now it is just Dennis left standing over here in mid. And devils.one, they've got a very clear idea of where this last man resides. Dennis is just going to get the hell out of there. devils.one on the defuse, going to tie things up 12-12. And for NiP, this one hero org is all they've got to try and maintain their lead heading into round 25.
And NiP, they haven't gone to the B site since the third round of the half. We're now on 12-12, and that was like the perfect round for them to go B. Little did they know it. With a very heavy A setup on, the CT side of things, plus the AWP to deal with. If you take B, you're forcing the AWP into a retake there. And NiP, no money off the back of losing that round. They've got to go pistols and armor. We are in a world, Harry, where devils.one looking to take their map, bring us to overpass with a 1-0. And they're not far away from doing it, especially with the economy out of control for NiP. This could be a 13th taken by devils.one, but we've seen these ecos be won by so many teams throughout this this group of the Pro League. Smoke to window, boost into it here for NiP. Or at least next to it. Double connector setup as well for devils.one, looking to just try and quell any A split that would come through, and that seems to be the game plan. Smoke on Cat, bomb up on ramp, NiP coming into this A site.
Whoa. Nice dig from GetRight to open up, but at the immediate response, Rez tries to now spring his trap and make his way in through the window, but he'll get shut down, and this leaves Dennis with this AUG. He bought forward so graciously in the last round in this 1-on-4. He'll get silenced as well, and devils.one, they're going to take the lead once again, 13-12 now. This is down to the wire till the very end. Both these teams just scrapping so much, trying desperately to take the advantage that would see them close this game out. And you feel like now, as it's gotten down to the wire, as it has been so back and forth, the money can become so much the deciding factor in this one. And the pressure in that regard definitely falling on the shoulders of NiP right now. Smoke's going to rain in towards middle as they don't take this portion of the map, and devils.one start to aggress into top mid. Now, if they find Dennis here, if they deal with him, they're going to get the info that this is clear, but Dennis, if he gets away with that, could have been a very different story. Ralin able to trade, Mouse flashed off the angle, but he's still alive, ducking beneath the shots. Lecro going to finish things off finally. Here's the rotation from Ralin, the hero the devils.one might have needed. He's pulled this round back and made it a doable situation. But now it is just Miniz, blink of an eye, a 1v2 required.
And the AWP, the worst gun for this situation. He might have just spotted the barrel. No, clearing close sight instead. Still going to be favored onto the player on the balcony. He takes down Lecro instead. Well, bomb still dropped, and Rez will save the round. A reposition dropping off the balcony. And I mean, 1 second separates that from being around for devils.one and around for NiP. But it will be the Ninjas coming up clutch on that B bomb site. Not convincing though, Harry, by any means of the word. And devils.one still have money to reinvest into this round. Short tactical pause. Definitely a good time for it as well. 13-13, coming down to the wire, and only a few more rounds to decide who will be picking up Mirage. devils.one need this, with Overpass on the horizon being NiP's map pick. Then, assuming the polls take Mirage, we could be seeing a whole 3-mapper. Question is, what's the money like for NiP? Because on the back of losing a lot of rounds, finally picking up the first and only having one surviving, it's not like they're going to have a mound to fall back on, and you can see that really coming into effect here. A Galil, a UMP, no head armor or util for Dennis. Although on the other side of things, it's a far more dire picture. 2 pistols.
Oh no, that ramp aggression telegraphed by the flashbang, shut down, but it might not matter. Rallen and Manish spring to action. They're quick to try and reclaim the man advantage. Get right gets by Rallen, but he doesn't check him. And with Rallen already picking up a kill earlier on in the round, you imagine that would have been cool to get right. Maybe anticipating that he's eluded the man on the stairs. Either that or maybe he'd repositioned. It does leave Letcro and Forest in the hot seat now. 2 versus 3. Manish peeking forward, tags up Letcro. Rallen's there to help out and finish him, and it's Forest. Ooh, no scope onto Rallen. Giving himself a 1v2. He knows that Mouse is over in CT. Oh, sorry, Manish is there. It's Mouse on stairs that could throw a spanner in the works, but Forest seems very aware. Mouse is already trained in on the angle, and devils.one with just, what, 2 Orgs and an AWP in that round, they're able to find it.
It was the double play on ramp with the pistols, right? Because as soon as NiP kill both those players, they go, okay, we got the Apex, we killed the A players, let's just rush. And they rush into a stack. devils.one lulled NiP in. They baited them into their bomb site. Definitely a decision NiP will come to regret, because by that point they were already committed. They could have bailed in the 3-on-3, really. They probably should have, but maybe got a bit overzealous, and it will come back to haunt them. 14 rounds and a man advantage with ecoing T players. NiP giving away map point here on Mirage. They have no money. They will have a full buy in that follow-up, but this is going to have to be an overtime game if NiP want to pick it up on map number 1, unless this round goes crazy.
But the fact they're already sat at this 4-on-5 does not inspire too much confidence for that to happen. They throw Get Right into this boost. He's holding for this peak, and he will spot Rallen. Actually able to delete him there. 4-on-4. So now not within the realms of possibility here for NiP. Also, Rez has been able to sneak his way in through connector, and Mouse didn't spot this. So this could be a bit of an unknown quantity for devils.one to try and deal with later in this round. There's Mouse with the peak, shuts down Get Right now. I think he spots Rez there as well, so... Oh. Letcro trying to carve a path in towards B.
Oh, that could have been the make or break there. That could have been a round for the Ninjas if Dennis took down Taz, but now it is just Letcro. They know where he is. The site's trained on him, and Miles will finish things off. So 15-13. Map point here for devils.one on their pick of Mirage, with Overpass and Nuke still left in the pool. And we could be seeing their first victory here in Leicester for Group B. It's NiP's tactical timeout, the first one this late in the game.
Can I just say, with Nuke as that third decider, this sets us up for such an interesting series.
Yeah.
If both teams can take their maps and then it all gets settled on Nuke, the map that, if you recall, for the longest time, when when VP hit that slump, it was like the only map that they could seem to find any success on was Nuke, right? So you imagine it's one that Taz has looked to keep in the repertoire for devils.one should they need it.
Yeah, a map they've played 4 times, won 3 of the times, but you know, nothing like this. No opponents like NiP, no LAN format either. They're all to play for. 1 round away from taking this first map are devils.one, and let's see if they can do it. Let's see if they can surprise and impress here as NiP come back in with a bye.
Yep, Orgs versus AKs is the nature of round 29. NiP, as you've touched on, trying to play for overtime here. That's all they've got left as their only option if they want to pick up this first map. devils.one just one round away from taking it. Already, almost all the utility is gone from NiP, and all they've got to show for it is a tiny bit of territory over here in top mid. Even then, they haven't got that for free. Forest has been brought down within inches of his life. Just a stalemate over in mid. No one wanting to get caught out on either side of the equation, right? It can be heartbreaking if you're the first man to fall in a round like this. Missed window smoke from Rez. When that was one of two smokes remaining, you really can't afford to miss them. Ralin will get caught out down in con. So he is the first man to fall, and now the B play looking to come through. This B split from short and the apartments, but you do have Diha and Mao's already here with Maniz starting to rotate round now.
And Taz has got aggressive on the ramp. That's a lot of info as well to play with. Maniz gets a pick to show presence in the window room, but then just bails out and goes B. NiP are walking into a three-man setup, and these Devils know exactly what's going on. It's getting hot in the apartments. 20 seconds for this bomb to go down on the site. Dennis, another opening kill for this round. Diha up in the apartments, not even been spotted. It's Mauser sprayed down the bomb. 12 seconds, they can't retrieve it. They're too far away. That's going to be it. Unless Dennis can double back, grab the bomb and plant in 7 seconds, it's not happening, it's done. It's devils.one to take map number 1 here in this best-of-3 series. Mirage goes their way. Massive work from Mouse to hide on the balcony, and fantastic B stack there on the CT side to finish things off.
Yeah, it was so smart just to keep Mouse hidden, keep him tucked away. They didn't want to over-peek into Dennis on that short wrap. Instead, they just wait, knowing that